What's up guys, my name is Ace, and we're about a week and a half away from the launch of Battlefield 6, and just yesterday we already got the Season 1 preview that outlines a bunch of the content we can expect to see throughout the first season, as well as some confirmed dates for us. And today I wanted to go through all of this, starting it off with the first section here, which is on October 28th, Season 1 will begin. And this is an interesting date because when it comes to the Battle Royale for Battlefield 6, before this date was ever confirmed for Season 1, October 28th was the leaked release date for the Battle Royale, and alongside that, they said it would be coming with Season 1. So it appears they were right about the date being correct for Season 1, and therefore probably right about this being the release date for the Battle Royale. However, still nothing officially confirmed at this stage. In either case, for the main game, what we're going to be getting here is a brand new map, Blackwell Fields, a new game mode called Strike Point, a new vehicle called the Traverser Mark II, the new carbine, which is the SCAR SC, they call it the SOAR 300 SC, a new sidearm, the GGH-22 or Glock 22, a new sniper rifle, the Mini Scout, based on the Q Minifix, and new attachments, the rail cover and LPVO. And then on top of that, they do say and more, so we are expecting more content. I don't know if that's just going to be like cosmetic content on top of all of this, and this is all of the gameplay related content, or if there will be actual gameplay related content that wasn't listed out here. But that's just with the launch of Season 1, less than 1 month after the launch of the full game. So that's nice to see that they're diving right into post-launch content right away, right after launch. Then, less than a month later, we're getting the second part of Season 1, which is called California Resistance. And with this, we're getting another new map. This one's called Eastwood, which if you look closely, you can see the LA skyline way off in the distance there. If I'm not mistaken, this is actually going to be a section of the Battle Royale map where we have seen some leaked gameplay already. I believe this is actually a section of that. And alongside that, we're going to be getting a limited time mode called Sabotage. Then they're bringing battle pickups to the game, and this is something that isn't new to the Battlefield franchise. For those that aren't familiar, these are like power items that you can find on the maps. And they're typically more powerful than the standard loadout weapons that you would have, or at least they have some interesting gimmick to them that allows them to do something that you wouldn't normally be able to do with something on your loadout. It hasn't always been like guns in the past, like it could be a really powerful melee weapon. It could even be some form of a gadget potentially, but in this case, it looks like it's going to be a handheld minigun, at least at first. That's going to be one of the battle pickups, and that was actually leaked quite a while back. Then at the same time, we're going to be getting a new shotgun, the DB12, based on the DP12. We're getting another new pistol, the M357 Trait, which is based on the Smith & Wesson M327 TRR8. And then we're going to be getting another new attachment, and this is the Troy angled stock. And then once again, they do say and more here. Again, likely just going to be cosmetic content on top of all of this, but could be some actual gameplay content as well, although I think they would have listed it most likely if there were gameplay content on top of that. And then finally, less than a month after that second drop, there's going to be another one. And this looks like it's going to be more like a limited time event type situation. For the holidays, on December 9th, we're getting Winter Offensive. And with this, we're getting a limited time event map, which is called Ice Lock Empire State. So it's just going to be Empire State, but a snowy version. I'm curious to see if there's any actual like layout changes here, especially with the ice being present. Like, can you actually go on the ice? Does that open up any more routes or anything? Or is it just like a cosmetic change overall? Either way, we're going to be getting that one on December 9th. Then there's also going to be a limited time event just called Ice Lock. And then finally, we're getting a new melee weapon, which is the Ice Climbing Axe. And then once again, and more. So this one doesn't appear like it's going to be the same as the previous 2 content drops throughout Season 1. This is more so just going to be a limited time seasonal sort of situation. But there we go. That's everything we learned so far about Season 1. It's nice to see this preview before the game even launches. It looks like they're really pushing hard to take a bunch of that hype and interest away from Call of Duty, which, by the way, I guess I haven't mentioned it here. Their trailer was hilarious. I was genuinely so confused the first time watching this. I thought this was a Call of Duty trailer, but then it turned out to be a Battlefield trailer, and that was quite clear. So absolutely shots fired there. I would say their marketing department definitely deserves a raise after that one. And overall, I'm really excited to see that for a Battlefield game, they're going to be starting content drops almost immediately. Because it's really hit or miss with Battlefield. Sometimes the game launches and it goes quite a long time before you see much, if any, post-launch content added to it. So based on this, it looks like they're really trying to hit the ground running when it comes to that post-launch content. Because less than 3 weeks after launch, we're already getting Season 1. We're already getting new weapons, new maps. And then just 3 weeks later, we're getting another drop that's very comparable to the first one. And I really hope this doesn't end up being a bait and switch situation where they really front load on Season 1 to make it look really exceptional, and then everything after that comes at a much slower pace, or we just get less and less as time goes on. Obviously, we'll have to wait to see how that goes. That is just one little concern I have here, because this rate of post-launch content for a Battlefield game, if they can keep this up over time, is pretty exceptional. If we're getting a new map every 3 to 4 weeks, that's a lot for a Battlefield game. I would love to see that. I'm not necessarily going to expect to see that, but man, if we do, it's looking really good for this game post-launch. And I hope it's true, because I know that they are trying to attract a lot of Call of Duty players over to the Battlefield side of things. And one thing that I think is sort of necessary to keep many Call of Duty players around is a very steady stream of content, because that's what they've come to expect with the Call of Duty franchise. And I would just hate to see them lose all of this momentum if they take a big break after making it look like we're going to be getting tons and tons of content on a very steady basis. But that's pretty much it. Super excited for the launch of this game. I know I really haven't been making too many Battlefield 6 videos lately. That's just because there's been a lot of information revealed leading up to the beta for Black Ops 7. And of course, throughout the beta of Black Ops 7, yeah, that's going to be my primary focus here on the channel. But once that beta is over, I'm going to be shifting really heavily in the direction of Battlefield 6 content. And Call of Duty content will definitely be taking a back seat once this game launches, because I'm really looking forward to it. You guys really seem to like the content from me throughout the beta, and of course I'm going to be able to go much bigger with the style of content I'm known for once the game launches, and I have access to do more controlled testing. I have lots of big plans for this, and it is basically going to be taking over my channel at least up to the launch of Black Ops 7, and then I'm going to have some decisions to make at that point. If Battlefield 6 is doing exceptionally well on the channel, I probably will just continue making Battlefield 6 content on this, and it's possible I'll even reboot a second channel for my Call of Duty content so I don't interrupt any momentum gained with Battlefield 6. I'll definitely have to monitor things and wait to see how things go with that, but it seems there is a ton of hype for Battlefield 6. Way more than Black Ops 7 at the moment, at least on my channel. As far as overall sales and stuff, I still suspect Call of Duty is going to outsell Battlefield, just because that's how it always is. Even a weaker Call of Duty title typically outsells Battlefield. But when it comes to the communities and the online discourse, it's very clear that there is way more hype for this game than Black Ops 7. I can't wait to get my hands on it again. It seems like the beta was so long ago at this point already. Even though it really wasn't, it feels like it was ages ago, and I just want to dive back in. I've really been missing it. And this is where I'm curious to hear from you guys in those comments down below. How are you feeling about this Season 1 preview that we got for Battlefield 6? Are you happy to see that it looks like there's going to be a steady stream of content, at least early on? And do you guys think they'll actually be able to maintain this level of post-launch content support going forward? Or do you think they're maybe front-loading a little bit here and it's probably going to slow down over time? Just let me know all of those thoughts down below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated. And don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.